Hello, today we will be reviewing the derivative classifier training.
Contractor personnel make derivative classification decisions when they incorporate, paraphrase, restate, or generate in new form information that is already classified, then mark the newly developed material consistently with the classification markings that apply to the source information.
Some examples of derivative classification include incorporating, restating, paraphrasing, and generating. During this training we will review the following required elements. In all occasions, employees should understand how to recognize classified information and handle it properly. Those in possession of classified information should comprehend how to safeguard it and prevent unauthorized disclosure.
The OCA communicates classification decisions in many ways. The derivative classifier makes decisions based on classified sources and includes the following.
Duration is identified in the classified by line. Apply dates found on source documents or items, which includes the following. Classified items, documents, hard drives, computers, and end items should be properly marked to indicate the highest classification level. These markings should stand out to warn the user of the classification level so that they can properly safeguard it.
Removable hard drives, computers, and objects should have classification designations conspicuously marked on them. The user would then know how to protect it while in use and at rest. However, the soft copy documents within the information system and media should be identified similarly to a printed document. This makes control possible when the information is printed.
The classification marking should be easily identifiable to notify the holder of the level of classification, which sections are classified, the period of classification endurance, and other requirements for protection. Typically, the classified by line is found on the front of classified documents and gives information on who the derivative classifier is and how they derived the classification. Information is only to be marked classified based on previous guidance found in the DD Form 254, SCG, or classification markings on source documents and for the protection of national security. Classification markings cannot be applied to hide legal violations, inefficiencies, or mistakes.
Employees must protect classified information from unauthorized disclosure. The National Industrial Security Program Operating Manual, NISPOM, provides the protection guidance. Each government agency has their guidance as well. There are repercussions for security violations. As a cleared employee and derivative classifier, you not only need to understand how to protect it, but what those repercussions are. It is a cleared employee's duty to challenge the classification level if they find it to be inappropriate or unnecessary. The NISPOM states that challenges go through the Information Security Oversight Office, however they can be easily handled program channels or brought through the addresses found in the administrative section of the appropriate SCG if available. The original classification authority goes through the 6-step process to classify information. This guidance is provided in an SCG signed by the OCA. SCGs communicate a program's classification decisions. They are created by a government project office, applied to an effort and signed by the classification authority.
Derivative classifiers depend on guidance provided in the SCG. If guidance isn't clear, derivative classification could be over, under, or not protected at all. A well-written SCG should provide the cleared contractor with sufficient information to apply derivative classification. The SCG will provide information on whether or classified and to what level. The contractor must determine that access to classified information is essential in the performance of tasks or services related to the fulfillment of a classified contract.
In this derivative classifier training we discussed classification level, duration of classification, identification and markings, classification prohibitions and limitations, sanctions, classification challenges, security classification guides, and information sharing. Cleared contractors in certain environments create classified products derived from classified information. Without the executed and documented training, derivative classification cannot be performed.